This lane was once traveled via horses or on foot. Parishioners brought their hopes and fears to God here. A place where humble people made connections with each other and the divine, where the centuries and mortality meet. While Thyatira Presbyterian Church in Salisbury, North Carolina, is beautiful on its own, it's most famous for its graveyard, which is filled with notable dead from North Carolina's history. Nestled quietly among the families and gentry are 4 unique graves marked with skulls and crossbones. While no one knows exactly why these graves bear the reminder of man's fragility, local tales offer fascinating explanations. One story says that these are the headstones of pirate graves. According to some tales, the group of pirates was executed in Wilmington for high crimes. Those guilty of such crimes were often dumped at sea or not given a burial at all. The legend says that the court gave some mercy and allowed them to be buried if they were removed far from Wilmington, away from their home on the ocean, and that the graves had no names to keep them from anyone's memory. Different lore says they were pirates who escaped after being arrested on the North Carolina coast and then lived a nice life as farmers until their identities were outed. They were buried here after they were hanged. But, perhaps as is sometimes the case, there might be other explanations that are less romantic. Freemason graves in Europe, especially Scotland, used skull and crossbones on their graves commonly. The skull and crossbones are deeply associated symbols for Freemason ceremonies. Older parts of New England are peppered with these types of graves, a bit of a legacy from the earliest community's European roots. In fact, a secret society at Yale calls itself the Skull and Bones as a reference to a New Haven tomb with similar markings. We may never know the story of those who rest unnamed in these graves. Perhaps, as one legend goes, they were just strangers that were traveling west through unknown ground where they passed from a disease of the day. Maybe no one knew their names, but the community of Thyatira Presbyterian Church took mercy on their souls, and recognizing the humanity of them, gave them a permanent home to rest in Salisbury.